What's up, guys? Today I'm joined by my buddy ValleyFlyin. What's up, dude?
Woo! What is up, brother? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and wanted to bring you guys some info you guys might find interesting, and that is Mysterio's kit that popped up in the Datamined today.
Nice. I always like these updates. They always have cool data mines. Surprise, Cerebro!
Surprise!
someone at Fox Next screwed.
Yep, someone messed up, but yeah. So we got the Mysterio kit. Now, just a super quick disclaimer on this. It's from a Datamined, and it is obviously incomplete, and you'll see when we get into it. But so yeah, firstly, it's incomplete, so we don't know what will change, and then
And it was specifically told to us that it was incomplete.
yes. Now that said, the tags are obviously incomplete. So for all we know, the only incomplete part is the tags. But it's probably they're going to add a little more to the kit. It seems kind of bare bones, but we'll see. But it is very interesting and worth talking about nonetheless. But I also want to put out the disclaimer that it's from a data mine and it's unreleased. So, oh, and it's an interpretation from the JSON. So I'm pretty sure that I got it mostly, if not all, correct. I'm usually pretty good about it. But so first disclaimer, it's possible that I misinterpreted a line in the code. So sorry, I did my best. I'm pretty sure I got it right. Secondly, anything unreleased is always subject to change. FoxX can change it at any time, add stuff in. So if the kit doesn't look exactly like this by the time Mysterio releases, that's par for the course. But because what is currently contained in the kit is very interesting, obviously wanted to share it with you guys. So on that note, let's get right into it. So like I said, the first piece of info we have is incomplete, but his tags are listed as City, Controller, and Spider-Verse. So
There's a couple that I think are going to be there that are not there.
Well, so let's debate them. First and foremost, hero or villain?
I gotta say villain. I mean, I know what they're doing in the trailers, it's like trying to portray him as a hero, but he's been a villain in my mind for so long. I don't know why it would be any different in this game.
Yep,
so
but
I would vote for villain.
I also vote for villain, but let's keep in mind that they've done things like Yondu is a villain, and Winter Soldier is a villain, and it's just because they went through villain phases. So as we haven't seen the movie, it's possible he went through a hero phase, and that's what they're going to capitalize on. So it's possible he's hero. Again, I'm thinking villain, but yeah, remains to be seen.
There's another one.
There is another one. The class, we definitely want to talk about this. So he's obviously listed as a controller, but is he mystic or tech? What do you think?
I think I know what everybody hopes for, and I'm hoping for that as well. I'm hoping he's a mystic.
As am I. Now, tech makes sense because he's supposed to be this master of illusion, and he's, all of his stuff that's supposed to appear magical is supposed to be things he created with special effects. So I can see tech, but I can also see mystic, especially if his power origins in the film prove to be, more magical in nature. And we are already getting 2 Sinister Six members that are tech this patch, being Shocker and Vulture. So I'm hoping that we don't get a third tech. And then Coulson's on the load screen, and he's tech. So please stop making me farm laser torches.
And spiky balls, both of those. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Even
After
the
Ultron
particles.
and Power Armored and now Sinister Six. Jeez.
Yeah, it's been rough. So please stop with the tech. So yeah, I'm hoping Mystic as well. And then the last one, and this is just, it seems to be missing.
From the whole kit. It's missing the whole kit.
You're right, it is missing the whole kit. Sinister Six.
He's one of the originals.
Yeah, so I have to assume that he's going to be Sinister Six, but he's not listed as Sinister Six, so we'll see. And again, it's possible that in the film he's a good guy, and he's not in the Sinister Six, but
it'd be a very big change. At least to me, so
it would, but it would catch us off guard. But anyway, so let's get into the juicier parts of the kit, starting with the basic. So at level 7, the basic attacks primary target for 250% damage and clears 3 positive effects from the target.
It's a solid basic. Very solid. The damage, 250%. He's a controller. It's probably going to be like nothing, but removing 3 positive effects. That's pretty big. Especially if he has some really good focus.
Yep, and as you'll see in the later parts of the kit, he's going to have really good focus. So That's a really good sign. But yeah, I'm with you on that. The damage is not that impressive, but stripping 3 positive effects is super useful. So I already like where he's coming from as a controller. So now we're going to talk about the special. This special costs 4 ability energy, but it starts full, so you'll be able to use it turn 1. At level 7, apply blind to the primary target. Apply assist now to 2 random allies. If target is a city hero, apply ability block.
So basically, if you're attacking a city hero, you're just shutting them down for the next turn because they can't use their abilities and they're not hitting their target, except in a few cases they don't get blinded. But
Daredevil.
For most people, they're just getting shut down.
Yep, you're getting some free damage, and then you're making them basic, and if they're blind, they're probably gonna miss. So. Yeah, I like it, and depending on who you call for the assist, if he's on a Spider-Verse team with like Venom and Carnage, you can get some good use out of those basic attacks. So if he calls like Miles to assist and someone's already defense down, so he clears all the buffs. So yeah, you can get some good stuff playing off those assists. I like it.
I like his kit so far. His basic special look very good.
Yep, and so now we're going to talk about his ultimate, and to me, his ultimate seems very underwhelming. Now, I do think because of how awesome his passive is, which we'll get to, that it makes sense that his ultimate shouldn't be game-breaking, but I also suspect that if they meant the kit is incomplete, they might be looking at adding more to this ultimate. So this ultimate costs 5 ability energy, and it starts at 5. At level 7, attack all targets for 350% damage and apply heal block.
Underwhelming. I mean, it's just some damage and heal block. You mentioned it earlier, kind of like a Mordo type thing.
It's like a worse Mordo.
Yeah.
So 350% damage isn't bad for an AoE, but
it's a controller's AoE.
Right.
So
he's probably not got crazy high damage. And then just 1 turn of heal block. I mean, you can use it on turn 1, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. You know, having the option to hit all targets is nice for killing summons and stuff, but yeah, just pretty standard. But you ready for the juicy part?
I am.
The passive. So the passive, I like it a lot. It's a very interesting passive. So
here we go, baby. I love it.
First, gain 20% focus per Spider-Verse ally. So that means he can gain 80% additional focus. And I checked, he does not gain the focus from himself. But he can get 80% more focus, which means that he's going to be landing the heal block, the blind, the ability block. He's going to be able to remove those enemy buffs. So that's really good, especially against city hero teams like the defenders with that high resistance. And then
he kind of needs that.
He does. And so does his team, which is why the next part of it is Spider-Verse allies gain 20% focus.
Ooh.
So that definitely
Venom,
helps.
Carnage.
Yep.
The rest of these guys.
Yep, they're going to make use of it. And not only that, but if you like to use Spider-Verse into the Fury Shield teams, like what's pivotal is landing that disrupt that Miles places on shield security. So the extra 20% focus for that is a big help. But that's all, standard passive stuff. This is where it gets interesting.
Nice good stuff. Normal passive. This
is the fun part. On death, summon 2 Mysterio minions. And if you're wondering what's a Mysterio minion, a Mysterio minion is an exact copy of Mysterio, except they can only basic attack. Same armor, same health, same damage, same gear, same star, same level. They won't have the passive, so they won't keep multiplying, but it's just 2 Mysterios at level 5, and the basic attack is exactly the same. So it's kind of a strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine type of thing. And
it's like a poor man's Phoenix, right?
A little bit, but there's something interesting here, and this could be what they've left out and why it's incomplete, but it does not say that he can't be revived.
That would be very interesting.
If you could revive him, then you'd have 3 Mysterios on the field.
And then he dies again, and
yeah.
You get more and more just build a full 10-man roster of just Mysterios, right?
Yep. I think the only way to do
that...
You
need a healer, so yeah, 9-man roster.
Well, and then you'd need Minerva to die, and then only the original Mysterio to die. But then you could have 10 Mysterio minions on the field. All
right. It would be very complicated, but
it can be
possible.
Yes. If it stays exactly like this and he can be revived, $10 worth of power course to whoever sends me the first screenshot of 10 Mysterios on the field.
Ooh. Yep.
But yeah, I think it's really interesting, and being able to get 2 different targets to remove 3 positive effects from, it's really cool. So
especially if they have that extra focus per Spider-Verse ally.
Right. Yeah, that would be really interesting as well. So
and maybe it's 20% focus for all 10, except for the original ones. So that could be some very high focus if they coded it like that, right?
No, because that 20% focus per Spider-Verse ally only applies to the original Mysterio, and the Mysterio minions don't have a passive. So the most they'd be looking at is gaining 20% themselves.
Okay.
But still, 2 attempts at removing buffs are better than 1, I suppose.
Yeah. Plus, they're having his full health, which, other than Phoenix, are going to be the strongest summons in the game.
Yes, exactly. So I don't think he'll be, super tanky because he's a controller. But yeah, just the fact that you get, 2 characters to replace 1, I think that explains why he's not too strong. So I think it's a lot of fun. And and just one more thing that I want to point out. It's not what everyone was going for, but technically, if you run the Sinister Six team of 5 and your Mysterio dies and respawns as 2 people, you do have 6.
Yes. Very true.
So, maybe not the Sinister Six we had in mind, but 6 nonetheless. So
some of the boys there, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's just holding someone's place, probably. But so that's what we've got for you. Plenty of interesting stuff to think about. We're not sure what parts of it are incomplete beyond the tags, but obviously want to share that with you guys. So thank you for joining me for this, Valley. Why don't you go ahead and tell people where they can find you?
They can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/ValleyFlyin.
Wait, you've been on YouTube this whole time? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so once in a while. Once in a while I'm there.
Oh, all right. Yeah, he pops in. But yeah, no, go check him out. Sometimes. I'll put a link to that in the video description below. But yeah, again, thank you for joining me. And yeah, I hope you guys find this interesting. Let me know what you guys think of this kit in the comments below. And on that note, I will see you guys real soon. Peace!